Hello there, everyone. Right now on Windy Isle, it's 12:09 p.m. on Saturday, November 6, 2021. Now for today's announcements. First, I have an ordinance update. I'm happy to announce that the special rules called Ordinances can be enacted here on Windy Isle. Ordinances are a great way to help improve the everyday lives of all of our residents. They're quite a lot of responsibility, though, and anyone enacting one should understand everyone's needs. That's why our resident rep, Andrew, will be in charge of ordinances on the island. How exciting! If you're listening, I can't wait to see what you'll change. If anyone has any questions about ordinances, please come and see me at Resident Services. Moving on, I'd like to tell everyone about a new kind of tour available. Starting today, residents can go on a boat tour to Uninhabited islands. These tours are a little different than the ones they offer at the airport. You'll get to board a boat and enjoy the ocean breeze as you make your way to your destination. There are lots of uninhabited islands out there that can only be reached by boat. Rumor has it there's plenty of DIY materials on these islands, and even strange things buried in the ground. Sounds mysterious, doesn't it? These boat tours are available once a day using Nook Miles. Interested residents should head down to the island pier and speak to the boat captain. That's all for today. Have a fun day out there.
God, you could tell it's been months since I've done that voice. Ugh, that was terrible. Anyway, oh god, it's raining. Hello everybody, welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. My phone is ringing. I actually didn't have my headphones in to know that was happening.
Hello, Andrew. This is Tom Nook. Are you busy? I have a visitor here that I'd love to introduce you to. Sorry to barge in on your day, but would you please come to the airport so you can meet her?
Oh, we're just going right into it. Okay, sure.
Ah, Andrew, you're here. Lottie, allow me to introduce you to Andrew.
Oh, hello. I'm Lottie. I used to work with Mr. Nook a long time ago, before this big island venture he started.
Yes, she's quite talented. Lottie can handle anything from interior design to building layouts. And now she runs her very own vacation home company.
Well, I did have a very good teacher. It's really coming along, though. We just got our new office set up, so we're finally ready to start taking orders for custom vacation homes. Right now, we need another team member. A go-getter with vision and insight into our clients' needs.
That does not sound like me.
When I told Mr. Nook what I was looking for, he said he knew exactly who to ask, and here we are.
In other words, she needs your help. When she came to me, you were the first one I thought of.
Really? Me? Okay.
After all, you've done such a lovely job with your own home. Surely you could do the same for others. I'll leave it to you and Lottie, of course, but my instinct has rarely steered me wrong. Yes.
Mr. Nook is quite a reference. If you want to join us, I won't say no. We're close by, so your commute would be a breeze, and I offer a competitive salary. What do you think? Are you interested?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Fantastic! That's wonderful! I'll need to get a few things ready before you join our team, so I'll go on ahead. I'll see you there.
Bye, stranger.
You certainly made her day. This airport has a flight standing by for whenever you're ready to meet up with Lottie. Just tell the staff at the front desk, I want to go to work. Well then, I'll leave you be. Take care.
And it just drops us here. Okay, so yeah. Last time, well, actually I should probably say welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons, again. Last time was the island's anniversary, I believe? I think that was the last time I uploaded this series. And I've already had to use, like, free voices. Ah, frick, this controller. You move the controller once and it just disconnects. Gotta love wired controllers. This time, we might do that. I'm not exactly sure, because we are kind of exploring the 2.0 update right now, and I guess this is technically a part of it, so we might do it, and I have a lot of stuff here. Got that from Label, Chatter's poster, some Mario hats, some Mario stuff that I got from Nook Shopping the last time I played. Because I still haven't collected all that. Sylvana! Dear Cruiser, giving a gift in person can feel so casual. I'm sending them via snail mail. Seemed more appropriate somehow. What's more charming than a well-wrapped package? The hand-picked gift inside, I hope. Charmed, I'm sure. Sylvana. We didn't take the present. I forgot to take the present. Did I take the present from the label thing? Yeah. Or label. Nintendo! It's just a package. Nook Inc. We are pleased to announce we can offer an... Dear Andrew, we are pleased to announce that we can offer an optional service to further expand your storage. Stop by Resident Services to learn more. Okay, cool. Harvey. Hey, Andrew. How's island life been treating you? Groovy? Me too. There's a little something I want to tell you about it, though. I'll be waiting here on Harv's Island. Harvey. Or Harv. Or V. Nook Inc. again. A new Miles Redemption item is here. Okay, new items, yeah. We'll check those all out. Again, I don't know if we're going to be doing the Paradise stuff today, because I am technically a day late in doing it, but I also want to explore everything, maybe everything that's in 2.0 in one video and start the DLC. Maybe in the next video? I'm not sure. I'm just gonna take it as we go. Anyway, I just put everything away, and we have a notification on the billboard here. What is it? Excuse me. Good news, we place a tape deck in front of Resident Services so everyone can enjoy group stretching sessions. Remember, happy island living begins with daily exercise. Tom Nook.
Ah, Andrew. Hello. Say, I sent you a notice about this for the mail already, but you can expand your home storage even further now. Exciting, huh? Just like last time, you'll need to pay the construction fees up front. With a few additional upgrades, we could boost your maximum storage by a considerable amount. So if you want to expand your home storage even further, come find me so we can talk about your home.
That is cool. So we can expand our home storage. I think there's like 2 or 3 expansions we could do now, which is pretty good. Not gonna lie. How much is it to expand the first time? 700,000! Well, we won't do it right now. I'll get the bells out of the... I have the bells to do it, I just don't have it on hand. But I want to check out these ordinances.
Oh, Andrew, good afternoon. Oh, yeah. As I said in the broadcast, we can now enact ordinances, special rules that change things about the island. The others and I decided that, as our resident representative, you should be in charge of the ordinances. That means you can enact or dismiss any ordinance to try and make life here on Windy Isle easier. Whenever you want to talk about it, just let me know. Now then, how can I help you today?
We might as well take a look at those ordinances, see what they're all about. Discuss ordinances.
You want to talk about ordinances with Windy Isle? Sure. At the moment, we don't have any ordinances in effect. Enacting an ordinance means a lot of paperwork. We'll need 20,000 bells as a collaboration and filing fee. Do you want to get started?
Yeah, sure. Which ordinance do we want to enact? Now, if you played Animal Crossing New Leaf, which I have, thankfully, Then, these are basically the same as that. Yeah, the beautiful ordinance, villagers will water flowers more often, more flower hybrids will grow, and the spawn rate of weeds will be reduced. Plus, cockroaches will no longer spawn in the player home, and time traveling will not affect the island's plant growth or appearance. Like I said before, this one is kind of good for people who don't play every day and don't want to be concerned about weeds and cockroaches whenever they don't. Or if you're trying to find specific flower hybrids, that also works out too. The early bird ordinances shift the schedule so that villagers wake up earlier and go to bed earlier. Shops will open earlier, making this, like I said, a good choice for those who tend to play in the morning who tend to play this game in the morning. I'm trying not to read this thing word for word, but it's becoming more difficult. The night owl, just like the early bird, except it's more that the villagers are more active at night, or that they will or that shops will stay open later at night. And the bell boom ordinance is the last one here. This is the one I didn't remember. The bell boom ordinance increases the value of items when they're bought and sold, stimulating the island's economy and allowing players to strategically make more bells. While the ordinance isn't great for those who are investing in new items or furniture, as it will increase their costs, it's perfect for players trying to save up bells. Okay. So basically, it's, increases the value of everything on the island. When buying and selling. I don't think we're gonna do that, because I have like 9 million bells. So I think right now, I'm between the beautiful island and the night owl ordinance. I've used the beautiful island one before because there would be stretches where in New Leaf I didn't come back for a while. But I think the way the island is right now, weeds are not that much of an issue. I think we're going to enact the night owl ordinance.
This would boost nightlife by asking folks to stay up later. We'd also have violent businesses extend their hours. Would you like to enact the night owl ordinance?
Yes.
Alright, I'll get to work. The night owl ordinance will go into effect tomorrow.
Okay, so the ordinance needs 24 hours to go into effect. That is fine by me. Maybe we'll explore that a little later. I just want you to know, I'm not pressing anything on the control stick right now. This is why I didn't want to play with the Pro Controller. Give me a second. Alright, we're back. I had to switch over to Joy-Cons, because they'll at least be more reliable. So, it's under here, I believe. There are new items here. I believe Island Life 101 service is new. I don't think I technically need it, but I'll get it anyway. I forgot that vibrate is on this. I forgot I had vibrate on these controllers, so it just vibrated. I installed Island Life 101! Now I'll get lots of helpful advice and info on living here for my Nook phone. Yeah, probably not the most useful thing for me, because I've played this game for like over a year now. So I kind of know how to do things already. Yeah, you need a lot of miles, Jesus. Be a Chef DIY recipes. Plus. That's right, with 2.0 you can now cook. And you can actually eat the food you cook, and it will... And you can actually eat the food you cook. So that's just a bunch of recipes. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you sit through all these little celebrations like I have to. The Pro Camera app is basically a, basically new camera. Custom Designs Patterns Plus. I actually don't know the difference between this right now. Pro Decorating License. I believe this might be, this might be related to the Paradise DLC? Yeah, now I can use accent walls and ceiling items. Yeah, I think that's related with the DLC, because that's... Custom fencing in a Flash, I think that may be self-explanatory, although in a Flash... does sound slightly different. I can customize fencing. Now there are no barriers to mixing things up with colorful fencing. Okay. New reactions. Notebook. And the Fab 4 hairstyles. It's just some new hairstyles we get. And I believe that is everything. Let's look at the Pro Camera. Pro Camera User Guide. You can press the minus button to switch between different camera types like handheld and tripod. This mode, handheld camera, this mode lowers the camera to eye level. Use it to take all kinds of high impact up close photos. Tripod. This holds the camera in one spot at eye level, letting you move it around to find perfect angle and pose. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Oh shoot. How do I get it? Hold on. I think I got this. Tripod. Okay, I'm having more fun with this than I thought I would. Anyway, I think I didn't explain that at all. I just got mixed up in it. Basically, it switches you to this handheld camera that allows you to roam more freely. And lets you take photos from bird's eye view, from your eye level, instead of the bird's eye view from the regular camera. I almost said regular phone. That's not a good analogy. You move around with control stick. I'm shifting the orientation here by using the little D-pad thing. I still have the whistle button. I don't know what that's supposed to do. I'm guessing that will grab any villager's attention. And tripod. And you can press minus the tripod so that you can get in on the photo. Just like that. Cooking with DIY recipes. You can now craft food and drinks with cooking recipes. Instead of a workbench, you'll need to use a kitchen to prep these items. See how many DIY-licious creations you can cook up. Alright, so what do we got? I guess it gave us a stonework kitchen? We also got a park fence and a large lattice fence. I guess I got that with the fencing thing that I got. We can make flour, which requires wheat. Sugar, which requires sugar cane. Carrot pottage, which requires carrots and flour. Pumpkin bagel sandwich. We need flour and orange pumpkins. We got plenty of pumpkins. Tomato curry. We need tomatoes and flour. Grilled sea bass with herbs, which is sea bass and clumps of weed. Okay. And pancakes, which require flour and sugar. Oh, I love pancakes. And peach smoothie. We can actually easily get a peach smoothie. But there's Spike! Did we talk about Spike? Well, hey there, if it ain't my good pal Andrew. Nice to see you, punk. Let's chat. Always good to see a friendly face. Hope life is treating you alright. I forget if Spike was in the island anniversary. I feel that he is. I think there's only 2 new villagers that are here. I have also moved some of the pumpkins out of the large pumpkin field I had on the right side of the island. You see, the original plan for that large field was to be available for other cooking ingredients, which didn't come till now. So now I don't look like an idiot for plowing out all of that, well, dirt. Oh, you're working on something. Oh, Andrew. Sorry, I was just doing a little DIY. I was in the zone, you know. What you crafting? Glad you asked. I'm just making a wooden bucket. The recipe came to me in a dream. Oh, you already know how to make a wooden bucket. Sure do, kid. Sure do. Well, great minds think alike, don't they? Thing is, I already have the recipe written down here, so take it with you. Share it with a friend. Everyone deserves a chance to make the wooden bucket designed by yours truly. I'm gonna skip all that. Kid! He is, I believe, a snob villager, I think it's what they're called. He's the most recent addition to the island. I think he only came in about last week, when I picked up the game again after the Animal Crossing Direct, just so that it didn't look like I was neglecting the island for so long.
Zello! Working on those legs? I want to chat. You can't beat a cold protein shake after a hard workout. I live for that first sip, Zordles.
Ah, Sprocket, I always love you and your Zordles. Never change, buddy. Never change. While out and about, I found Kiki.
Muffin! How are you, Yipper?
Let's chat.
Is this more of a downpour, a soaker, or a drenching?
Kind of a downpour. I honestly didn't expect the first video to come back to this game would be on a rainy day. Let's talk to Eric while we're over here too. I've not talked to Eric today.
Cruiser! Lollipops! Thanks for coming by. Always cool to see ya.
What's the latest?
Hey, can I talk to you? I've got a real serious problem.
Oh, what is it?
I can't get any sleep lately unless I've got some lights on. What if a vampire shark was sneaking around my house in the dark? You can't see vampire sharks in the dark. You can't hear them in the dark. In the dark, you can't even prove they're real. And if they're not real, then what am I scared of? Nothing makes sense in the dark!
Okay. That one caught me a little off guard. I don't know if I've ever seen that one before, so... Kudos, Animal Crossing, kudos. Okay, I didn't expect that to actually happen. Oh, Pro Decorating License. Time to learn about accent walls and hanging items from the ceiling. You can hang a different type of wallpaper on one of the walls in a room to create an accent wall. While in decorating mode, use right on the D-pad Then select the wallpaper. Press X to set up the accent wall. Hanging items from the ceiling. You can hang lighting fixtures and other items from a room's ceiling. While in decorating mode, use plus to swap modes so you can edit ceiling textures. That's fun and all, but I came in for an axe. Oh, Sylvana.
Howler! How are you, Zoink?
What a chat.
Let's make today our best day ever.
Whatever you say, Sylvana. Whatever you say. Actually, would a stone axe even cut you down? Nope. Okay. Note to self. Upgrade all stone axes. Oh, Blabbers, you're thinking about something.
Oh? Who's... Oh dear, I didn't see you there, Andrew. Pardon me. I'm afraid I was quite lost in thought just now. You see, there is a matter in which... Oh! Actually, your timing is impeccable as ever. Perhaps you could help me. See, I was thinking of ways to draw more folks to our museum when I hit upon the idea of having a cafe. So I tried to contact Brewster, an old friend of mine who happens to also be an experienced cafe manager. Unfortunately, it seems he's closed up shop and nobody appears to know where he's gone. However, in my search, I also caught wind of a newly unearthed group of gyroids. Brewster goes positively cuckoo over gyroids, you see, in much the same way as I do around fossils. I'd wager my very wings that Brewster has heard about these gyroids as well. Naturally, you can see where this is going. I would like you to take up the search for Brewster.
What's this?
This is a photograph of Brewster. Should you find him, tell him I'd like him to come to Windy Isle. If it helps, the gyroids I mentioned were all found on the islands near where Captain leads his tours. I'm sorry to burden you with this, but I hope you have my I hope you know you have my every confidence and my utmost gratitude. Good luck.
Can you tell? Can you tell? Can you tell I haven't done live commentary for a while? Can you tell? No. Why did I leave? I wanted to assess the fossils and then sell them.
Hoo! Oh yes, I just remembered something I wanted to tell you. I decided to have a series of posters made to celebrate the completion of our collections. I felt it would be a good way to show my gratitude to everyone for pitching in to grow this world-class museum.
Who's everyone? I'm the only contributor.
Just imagine it, an entire wing of this magnificent museum, captured in a single image. Actually, you won't need to imagine it. I have a poster for you right here. Also, these posters will be available for purchase, should that interest you. Just let me know.
Now let's assess the fossils.
Timmy, Tommy, how are my favorite Nookling brothers doing?
Got some fossils to give you. And I think that's all I'm gonna sell, because I want everything else. 2,300 bells. Sounds good to me. Is there anything in here that would be interesting? Oh, basic cooking recipes. That actually is something we need.
This is a digital book filled with food and drink recipes, and it's called Basic Cooking Recipes. Let's see, that's 4,980 bells.
I will buy it.
Okay. Okay, time to send the recipes from your basic cooking recipes to your phone. We're done. We hope you enjoy making food and drinks even more with all these new recipes.
Oh. And if it's craftable, it has that little icon. Cool. Now I gotta go all the way to the top, because the new recipes appear there. So we got whole wheat flour, brown sugar, seaweed soup, organic bread, gonacci di pate, tomato puree, brown sugar cupcakes, and carrot cake. Cool. So we got even more recipes to try. Might as well see what this framed fossil poster looks like. Oh, that looks nice. Yeah, I think I'll keep that there. Oh! This was also a new feature. Villagers will come and visit. I didn't expect that. Hi, Eric. How are you doing? That's fine. I had just come in here to try and cook up the peach smoothie real quick. Okay, so I can make something if there's on top. If there is something on top here. Let's cook. Let's see a peach smoothie. Oh, that looks weird with the thing up there. Oh, I cannot redecorate when he's here. Crap. I can't redecorate with Eric in the house, so the microwave has to stay. He just plopped down. He just plopped, sat down. Okay. I didn't actually... Again, I didn't expect him to come. I knew this was a thing that they added to the game. Well, at least he left quick. Alright, so he at least left quick. That's fine. There he is. There's the captain.
Now what have we here? Yours be a face I've never seen before. Name's Captain. What's yours? Ain't her with it? Yar, that be a nice fancy name, that. Well, I came here to ferry folks on tours to various wee islands in exchange for miles. Might even take you where there be rare treasures. Me tours go to places ye can only reach with me boat. And I can take ye almost any time. Let me know when you're ready to sail.
Well, I'd like to go now.
Ye ready to take a tour? Round fair trip cost you 1,000 miles.
Sure thing, Captain.
Yar, that's 1,000 miles then.
Oh, and we exchange it for the phone. Nice.
Time to set sail. Watch your step as ye hop on board.
I think I'll leave this part silent and just let him do the talking. Who knew we would be treated to 2 special singing performances today?
Yar, we've arrived. This be your first boat tour, eh? Things that you gotta be mindful of for me tours be the same as their fancy airplane tours. I'll spare ye the long-winded explanation. I'll be waiting here for ye when you're needing tools or if you're needing sail set home.
I butchered that very badly. Alright, so we've come to an island that has peaches, coconuts... I forget what these called, but they grow this season, so they're in season. And there he is. There's the man of the hour. Cool. You out here looking for gyroids too? That's right. I hope you find a gyroid. Okay. You need something? Cool. You know a Brewster? Do I know a who? Cool. You're looking at him. Mind if I ask what you're after? Blaver sent me to. I see. I hear you. Tell him that for me. Oh, and also, this is yours if you want it. It's a gyroid fragment. Plant it in the ground, give it some water and some time. It'll grow up strong the next day. Gyroids take root fast when you return them to the ground. Well then, be seeing you. Do you say anything else? Give Blavers my best. He says nothing else. Okay. I assume that worked. It was like the captain said. This is a place that has rare treasures, but it's also just like the tours that you can take through the plane. Oh, we found a gyroid. Or a gyroid fragment. It's basically the same as the plane tours, except I guess instead of fossils, we're finding gyroid fragments. I will be honest, I mostly came here to find Brewster so we could get that done. Let's see if we find anything in these rocks that's going to be different. Okay, we just find money. Okay, we just get a full-blown money rock out of that. Good to know. Oh! While catching that sea bass, I came up with a recipe idea for, well, cooking it. And catching that horse mackerel made me come up with another recipe. You know, I had forgotten that your character can naturally think of recipes for the DIY stuff that you can do. It's been so long since I've had that happen to me that I forgot that it was a genuine feature in the game. Alright, so I believe I collected everything that's important on the island. I'm gonna head back to the isle. I think we'll head back to my home and then call it a day. I have also decided that I will be burying the gyroids right here, near the house. I believe the rain will count for water, but just in case, we'll water them. And that should be up tomorrow. Anyway, let's go take a look at those recipes. One new recipe we got was sea bass pie, which requires 3 flour and 1 sea bass. The other one was aji fry, which requires a horse mackerel and some flour. Now we need wheat to make flour. We need sugar for sugarcane. We need sugarcane for sugar is what I mean. The only issue I have is that I don't know how to get those. I also don't know how to get carrots. I would have to look up how to get those. We have pumpkins. We can find seaweed. We also need to find tomatoes. And potatoes. There's quite a few things we need to find. Or that I need to find. For now, I'm gonna put all of these in storage. I should probably put the nah. And I think I'm gonna talk to Blabbers one last time and see what he says. Oh, are you still searching for that certain coffee curating Colambade? By which I mean Brewster. I found him. Oh, and allow me to add, hoot! That is simply wonderful news. Do tell, what did he have to say? He said I hear you. Oh, that's simply marvelous news. What a relief. That Brewster is a punctual and precise fellow, so I expect he'll make his way here forthwith. Eh, what? I suppose that means... Oh dear, I must make arrangements for his arrival straight away. To that end, I'm afraid I'll need to close the museum to all visitors tomorrow for construction. If everything goes as planned, we shall reopen the next day, with cafe service in place. It is my sincere hope that you will join us for a cup of joe on that date. Alright, so we should have Brewster ready on 2 days from now, which for me is Monday. Okay. So we got that done. And I'm gonna quickly do a little bit of research to find out how to get cooking stuff. Okay. So right now it does appear that I need to have Leaf come to the shop, to the island. And he will give me produce starts. So that's not nice. That's a little... That means I have to wait for Leaf, and that's gonna be like... a chance. I just remembered, though, that... Harvey sent us a letter saying he wanted to talk to us, so I think that'll be our last thing of the day. Even though I did say that the Captain thing will be the last thing. I kind of just want to get this all started and kind of going, because there was a lot in this update, and I just kind of want to get all this base game stuff done before I sink my teeth into the Paradise Island DLC, because that's going to be a whole thing of in of itself. Hold on. Harvey is AWOL. Not like him to abandon his post, or do much of anything really. Except there's a new path over there. Land-based recon's not my area, so it looks like it's up to you. Okay, so Harvey is not here. The area's been cleared. And he locked the photo studio door. We cannot pick these up. Okay. Ooh, music. So, did you get the little note I sent you? Well, you must have, since you're here. I'm so excited to share this with you. This right here is going to be the heart of our new collective. I've really put my soul into this. But I've had plenty of help from all kinds of folks along the way. Like my old pal Harriet here. We go way back. You can call her Hattie for short if you want.
They most certainly cannot call me that, Harv. Only you can call me that. Sorry, Sugar. I'm Harriet. Nice to finally meet you. I've heard all about you from Harv here.
Well, there you have it. So, where was I? All right, my dream collective. Well, this is what I envision as the heart of the movement. A central plaza filled with co-ops. Now here's the business part, where it gets kinda ugly. I hate even talking about bells, you know. But a co-op can't build itself without a little cooperation. So I think the best idea is to have a little fundraiser. Every time we raise enough capital for a co-op, we get a new one going. Golly, did I just say capital? Well, I suppose that's my sales pitch. Sorry, I was never cut for sales. But I'd be mighty grateful if you were interested in helping us realize this dream. Even if it's only a little bit at a time, every little bit helps. Leave it to me. Aw, that's great. Out of this world. I knew I could count on you to help me, Andrew. I actually got another old pal to volunteer as well. You know my buddy Lloyd, don't you? Well, he was kind enough to reach out to some of his pals also named Lloyd, and they'll all be volunteering. So when you're ready, just go ahead and talk to any old Lloyd about which co-op he's collecting for. Feel free to explore the area, meditate, snack on some vegan pumpkin ganache if the mood strikes. Thanks again for helping us, and I'll see you around. Alright, so this is also a new thing to this game with the 2.0 update. This little co-op area, which currently has nothing. I believe it's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's 7 different places here. I'm going to find out which ones are which here. Hello, good friend. We are accepting donations to fund a mysteriously accurate fortune teller, chum. Our goal is 100,000 bells. Currently, we have 0 bells in donations, which is just lovely, isn't it? We still need 100,000 bells. Even if you could spare a single bell, great. We appreciate your support, friend. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna put 1,000 into each of these, just so I can figure out which ones are which. This one. Hello, good friend. We are accepting donations to fund a merchant offering rugs and mysterious wallpaper. Okay, so this one is Savannah. The last one was Katrina, the fortune teller who's appeared in previous games. She's not been in this game up to this point. I feel like she was one of the only special NPCs not to appear to this point. Donations to fund an old-timer who will give you access to your home storage. I'm not actually sure what this one is, but I'll donate to it anyway. Future me might be more remembering of what that one is, but I'm not remembering. Oh, this one will bring Reese and Cyrus to this island, which means you can get furniture customized and stuff like that. At least I believe that's what that's for. Did they say what it was for? Talented husband and wife furniture refurbishing team. Yep. to assume that Gyroid has a mustache, given how the mouth looked, although it looks like a mouth. I'm not sure. This one! Botany expert with the greenest of thumbs. This is the guy I'm looking for. Because this one will bring Leaf to the island. I'm going to put 5,000 in this one. Just so I'm aware of which one is actually him. This one, right next to Leaf, legitimate art dealer. This will bring Red over to this island. I'm going to put 1,000 into this one. And this one will bring... God, who's the... It's the skunk. It's the guy who sells shoes and stuff. Oh, why am I not remembering his name? It sucks that I don't remember his name right now, but I don't remember it. Oh. Okay. Alright. We reached the donation goal, which means this co-op will open soon. Now, I don't know when that's gonna happen, so... that'll be fun. I'm gonna... Oh, if I complete one day, does that mean I can't donate to any others during the day? Okay, so we'll have a co-op ready soon. I'm guessing it will be tomorrow, because I feel like it would be weird. Alright, so it will be open tomorrow. We will have access to Leaf no matter what, so that's cool. Whether or not he actually gives you the starts, will be something I find out tomorrow. So if you complete the donations for one day, in one day for a shop, then you can't donate to the rest. That feels weird, but I guess that's fine. I guess they gotta have you keep playing the game for whatever reason. With that being said, didn't mean to bring up the Nook phone. I think we're gonna wrap things up for today. We definitely explored a lot of the 2.0 update, at least most of it. I'll probably get into more stuff as we go along. But, I think next time we'll explore a little bit more of the 2.0 update. Basically, whatever stuff we haven't gotten to that will be completed and hopefully very soon. And we will maybe start the Paradise DLC? Not sure yet. But we might. But that will be all for now. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.